Hey, good afternoon. It's Trisha of Triumph with Trisha. So, real quick, I had a question. Do you guys think about manifestation? Like, what does it actually mean to you? Do you believe in it? The words that you speak out of your mouth, how much power do they have? Or do you believe that's even a thing? I believe it's a thing, but I didn't always. Um, I didn't always. And then when I started to go to church and like read the Bible, I had a certain understanding that I guess this had to do with churchy things, right? So if you're praying and you're praying for such and such, I did not have an understanding of that on a deeper level. So I'll tell you more like what I mean. Um, just talking about things that I want, right? I used to go to my job before the lockdown and I would complain it was so heavy on my heart to go to this job because it wasn't great pay, but I had to work. I have bills to pay and mouths to feed, right? And I was working on my plan how to leave this job. So I would take a notebook with me and I'd be writing on my plans and all these things that would come to me. So by this time frame, I can, give this job back to these folks. And then the lockdown came along and now I'm at home. I wasn't upset that I was home with my kids because that's actually where I wanted to be. But, not on a full-time basis. Like there's a period of time where they're at school and I'm home working and then they come home. So we've had time to miss each other. And yeah. So anyway, being clear in what it is you mean, what you want, and setting your intentions is very important because you heard what I just said. I always said I want to work from home. Never did it occur to me that my children would also be at home during the same time, like just 24 hours a day. We're just all in this house. Right? It was a lot. So they're back to school now, but we did a year and change of virtual school. Yeah, praise God. So we made it through that. Anyway, yeah, it never occurred to me that I needed to be that specific because, well, why would it, right? So there's a lot of things that did happen within that time when the lockdown started in March of 2020 up until now, but I wanted to be at home and I was glad to be home. And then I was doing like coursework and getting certified and still working on myself, right? And did you hear that? Somebody upstairs. So I got to a point where I'm like, we all work here, but I live in a house. But there were tenants downstairs. There was a family, parents and two kids. And so it's just the main level and a downstairs in my house. By the time they still lived here, and I didn't have like a designated area where I can actually work. If I want to have just even a private conversation with my friends, Zoom, like I'm still in the family room or at the dining table, like it's open. And I really wanted an office space, right? And so I was officially the owner of the house. Listen, that's a long story and a story for another time, but I officially became the homeowner. And this is stuff that I have been saying, right? Ownership was definitely a thing that I wanted. My own office space where I can like be there in it and create. I can talk, I can Zoom, I can have my clients and talk to, and it's just free and there aren't kids running around. And now one of my kids dropped something. You probably heard that big bang, but that's upstairs. So within 24 hours of official home ownership, the tenants told me they were moving. I wasn't actually expecting that. I was not prepared for them to move. I was like, what do you mean? Why is there a problem? Is something wrong? Are the kids too noisy? Is it like, did something actually happen? Have you guys not been happy because you haven't told me anything? Like, you guys, I'm really open. You guys could talk to me. I was not cool with this news. I wasn't angry, but I was like, oh, I'm not ready. And there have been being a landlord, which was not me, but sharing a house with other people hasn't, I didn't desire it that much, and we've had some interesting people that have lived here. And so I was like, man, I gotta go find new people and go through this whole process. I was like, I don't want to. I like them, right? And they were here and they had the baby. I mean, I didn't deliver her or anything. She was born in the hospital, but I was like, still, this is like my little pity pie. I was like, and then I gotta go find new people. Barf. Like, I didn't want to do it. But, they also didn't want to live in the basement anymore, and it was totally fine. They left on good terms, and I was like, okay, I gotta go start this process to meet new people and check them out and verify. And then I was like, oh, let me catch myself. Even my kids, we had a family meeting, and they were like, do you have to get tenants? Or can we just, like, even for the summertime, just have just the whole house? And I was like, yeah, actually, yeah, let's do that. It's past summer now, right? And I'm still able to do it. But initially, that's not what I was trying to do. Like, okay, guys, give me your notice and, whatnot, not, and everything is good. And moving on to finding new people. I was just like, ugh, because home ownership actually was new. I lived here, but I was not the owner of the house. So I realized, is this the universe? Like, I say God, but some people are not comfortable with that. They believe it's the universe. Whatever it is that you believe in, things were moving in a direction that I actually wanted, but I wasn't aware of what was happening, like, in those moments. So I had said, one day, of course, I would love to be a homeowner. And then the way that it happened, I definitely was not prepared for, but I mean, it happened, right? Then I need space. I need somewhere that is my own space that I can work. And then the tenants moved, right? I mean, and now I have an office space. Can you see? I'm just not finished, right? Like, there's a shelf and things. There's some toys and stuff. Those are not mine. Those are my kids, right? I have a whiteboard here, right? I have a vision board. I have a shelf on this side, and it has not that much on it, my books. Like, I'm not finished my decor and stuff in here, but either way, this is my space, right? And I was like, would you look at that? So I was like, you know what? I'm going to embrace it, because what I realized is that I was about to go into the fear-based decision making, right? And limited thinking. Well, I have to have another tenant because I can't afford blah blah blah, all that stuff. And I was like, you have been working all this time and learning the things. Don't drink the Kool-Aid, right? Like, I almost had that moment of, I need to. Now, let's be clear. I understand having tenants is not a bad thing. It's not a negative. It doesn't mean that I'm failing and I can't make it by on my own. That's not what that means. I used to have, listening to other people, I kind of had that perspective. That's not actually what it means. Having somebody else help you pay off your mortgage is a good thing. It's not a lose, right? But for the preference of my kids as well as myself, just being able to enjoy our house and, like, the whole house, have full use of it. We've never had that for the whole time that we've lived in this house, which has been many years. There's always been, the house we've lived in has always been shared with other people or another family or whatnot. So I was like, again, mindset. That is mindset, right? You believe that you can do it, and look at what it is. If going through business and I was like, it's a little slow, it's a little tight, maybe, or I just want to excel things and I don't want to be the only one paying, right? I have the option to get tenants again in the future, whether it's next month, next year, 3 years from now, whatever. It has to happen right now, today, or all bets are off. No, I always have that option available, right? And so don't be scared of the thing, because what's happening, all the things are working for me, right? They're not to you. They're all happening for me. And I was reminded of that. And I was like, wow, this is very, very cool, because once upon a time ago, I never would have recognized that. And if somebody else brought it to my attention, I'd be like, whatever. Are you paying the mortgage? Are you doing the such and such? No? Well, then let's lock it up, right? So I just wanted to, I guess, point that out, right? The things that we think on. What are you telling yourself? Like, are you sharing positives with yourself or negatives? Is it always the I can't, nobody is gonna, who would want to do that? Or is it like, what are you actually saying? Positives? Because you can do the thing. Is it always just easy, ABC, lickety split, just easy like that? No, it's not, but it's doable, right? Sometimes the plan needs to be not a 6-month plan. Maybe it needs to be a 2-year plan, a 1-year, a 5-year plan. But things can all happen. Where I am today, a year ago even, I did not know that I would be, but I've been consistent, right? And there's good days and not so good days. Days full of challenges and days that are smooth, smooth, smooth. But you just keep going. You just keep going. And when you have good, like a supportive environment, good people in your environment that can be like, hey, they'll check you on some stuff. I had a moment like, really? Have you been doing all this work to fall back into the old pattern? And it was scary. When the tenants were like, yeah, we're moving, I felt the panic. I felt it. And I was like, oh no, I have to get new people. No, I don't. No, I don't. So move in the direction that you actually want to go. I have wanted to be a business owner for a long time. And the things have been working for me, right? I said that earlier. All the things that I actually want to do, they've been working for me. And so I'm embracing it. I'm not running from it. And every time I embrace it, something else awesome happens. People that I've been interacting with, there's so many cool things, right? Mentors, people that I have met. I mean, still it's virtually because, but it's really, really cool. But I was open and I have not run away. So if you want to get to this place, you can do that. Think about it, design it, plan it out, move in that direction, Yeah, that's what I got for you today. I know my voice is hoarse. It's like I'm in the basement and we're not turning the heat on yet because like it's warm outside, but it's cold down here, so I'm a little hoarse and raspy. Anyway, that's just what it is. I will talk to you soon. Have a blessed rest of your day.